Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this one. This video is going to be about one of my second favorite character in Quintessential Quintuplets, Nino. I think that's how you say it. Nino. Nino. It's gonna be about her and how I do love Quintessential Quintuplets. Which, if you don't know what Quintessential Quintuplets is, I'll give you a brief description. So there's this nerdy guy named Futuro. And he wasn't nerdy to begin with. Like, he didn't, when he was a kid, he wasn't really nerdy, but then he became a nerd became obsessed with studying. And then there's 5 girls that were born on the same day, the quintuplets, that are basically flunking. It seems like they're flunking out of school. And they got transferred into this school, and then he became their tutor. That's basic premise of the show, and it's about their relationship. But I want to talk about her. I think she's the second oldest daughter. And she has these, like, ribbons in her hair. And she first starts out as, let's be honest, she starts out as a bitch. But, like, she is very much, like, her family means everything to her. Like, that's her personality. She cares more about her family relationship than she wants to, like, lead on. And she doesn't like outsiders trying to, like, pry their way in. And, like, the show definitely tackles that. And she's not as prevalent in the first season as she is in the second. In the second season, she's definitely more important, and she's there more often. And you can definitely see her being there. And I didn't like her at first. But in the second season, she falls in love with the main character. And she becomes more relevant, and she's in the story more. She works with the guy. She told him she loves him. She does all this stuff. Like, in the first season, she saw him naked, or he saw her naked, and then they were all pissing at each other, like, the whole time. But later, they, like, kind of grow a connection, which is very, very good. And she turns from less of a bitch to a simp, because she saw a picture of Futuro as a kid, and he looked different. Then he had a blonde wig on. She thought they went on to some camp, and she thought that she found him, and she was in love with him, blah, blah, blah. It was very weird, because you look at this guy enough, you should probably know what his face looks like. And just because he switches his hair doesn't mean anything. But, And she's really good at baking and cooking, and she's more of the sassy sister. Like, she acts like she still kind of acts like she hates the main character just a little bit, even though she says she loves him. And she did cut off her hair. She left. She did get bitch slapped by her sister. She got the fucking crap slapped out of her, dude. That was impressive. That was very, very, very impressive. She is, I would say, one of the leading causes of most of the drama in the show, which is very good. And I think she's one of, if not the most popular girl in the show. If I had to put a girl and I had to guess which girl was the most popular, I would say it's probably her. Which is fine. She's really cute. All the quintuplets are cute and are in their own way. But she cooks for all of them. I don't know how she became, like, a professional cook, but then she gets a job, which, they're rich and they've never had a job before, and she likes to throw shit back in Futuro's face. Like, he got really sick on this trip they went on, and then her family paid for his medical bills because he's poor, and she, like, threw that in his face. I was like, God damn, dude. But I do like her character. She seems like one of the more different ones out of the quintuplets, which is good and needs some variety. And she fights with my favorite girl all the time. Like, they're, like, bickering all the time because they're very different personality-wise. Like, this girl is blunt. She'll step over you for anything. Like, if you're in her way of her dream and she needs to step over you to get to that dream, she will do it in a heartbeat, in a second. And, yeah, they're her sisters and stuff, and the sisters will always be close. But I think that's always kind of bothered the other sisters, I would say. I don't know. She's so unique, in my opinion. I know they're all supposed to be somewhat similar, and I don't think they're similar at all, personality-wise. Like, I think every single one is completely different personality-wise. I don't think everyone would agree with that statement. She has this whole, like, battle with herself because she didn't want to change. I know she got the, like, ribbons in her hair, but she didn't really want to change from what she was as a kid. And she, like, didn't change her, like, hair for a very long time. And, like, she takes the absolute fucking longest to accept Futuro because she thinks there's an ulterior motive, which there technically is. It is his job to watch them. It has nothing to do with, like, liking them or, like, any of that. They were paying. And then he became emotionally invested, and that threw her off. Because, why would this guy who's obsessed with studying and nothing but studying all of a sudden give a fuck about my life? Like, that's weird. That's weird to think about. And it bothers her the most. It 100% bothers her the most. And she feels like she's losing, like, her relationship with her sisters, which is the most important thing in her life. 100% the most important thing to her. For, I'd say, a majority of the story is her sisters, and she feels like she's losing them. She feels like they would pick her, Futuro, over her, and that fucks with her in the first season. Then she realizes why all of them pick him and not her, and she changes. And I think out of all the girls, she has the most character development, without a doubt. And I know there's getting that Quintessential Quintuplets isn't getting a third season. It's getting a movie, which is a bummer. It's one hell of a bummer. Like, I'd rather have more episodes because this shit is fire. I love the, like, oh, which one is he gonna pick? Oh, kind of thing in the show, and it's like it's multiplied by a lot because they're all sisters. So all his choices are from girls that are like I really, the only thing I really wish would have happened in this show, I wish they would have introduced another girl and made the girl not one of the sisters. But the whole premise is these sisters that are they're similar, but they're very different at the same time, want to bang the same guy. And he does pick one. And it's heavily implied which one it is, but I won't spoil that. And I'll just say it's not her. Which is sad, because, like, she would be my second pick out of the girls. 100%. And I think the fandom really loves her. I think they love her sassy attitude and her personality and stuff, which is fine. If that's what... I love a girl who could, like, argue with me. And this girl could easily argue with me. She could easily pick fights with me and all that stuff. And I find that stuff attractive. I don't think everyone would, which is fine. I mean, we're all different in our own ways, and she's very different from her sisters. Very, very different. She's the cook, and, like, she's very helpful. Like, if you need help, she'll help you, but, like, she'll straight up call you a fucking dumbass. Well, she won't say fucking. She'll be like, you're dumb, you're this, that, and the other. And she gets, like, all the quintuplets make this face when they're, like, not embarrassed, but, like, pissed. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.